Good Saturday evening, everyone. I'm Meteorologist Erin Ashley. We have had 3 severe thunderstorm warnings as of right now, 5:45 this evening, and I went ahead and hopped on here early for 19atSIX because we do have some of those severe thunderstorm warnings starting to approach the Cincinnati metro area, as well as parts of Butler County and Fayette County up in southeastern Indiana. So to give you a better idea of where these showers and storms are heading, we're going to go ahead and show you what things look like right here on our radar image. That's going to be right there to the right side of your screen. We have 2 in effect right now. The one earlier was prompted for parts of Hamilton County, and while Hamilton County is in the clear right now, as far as warnings go, we have some showers and thunderstorms getting really close to the metro area. Yeah, gusty winds being seen with this, but it's not warned quite yet. The warnings, let's take you down to this one. This is in Ripley County, southeastern Indiana, so Versailles is included within this. And this is going to be until, I believe, 6:15 if we get the correct query tool popping up for you guys. So this one's actually until 6. So that's for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Again, Ripley County is going to be the only county included in this one. And so we can expect damage to trees and power lines. We've had reports of damage to trees and power lines within the last few hours here in the Cincinnati metro area. So that's something that we're going to be keeping a pretty close eye on over the next few hours or so. And so the locations, we got Versailles, like I mentioned, Osgood, Holton, Friendship in southeastern Indiana. And then you also have the fact that this is moving pretty decently about northeast, 60 miles per hour. I want to put a track on it for you guys real quick before we start talking about our next line or our next severe thunderstorm warning, which is not too far up the road from this one that I'm talking about. Again, this one's not so much about a hail threat or a rain threat. Of course, the severe threat is going to be for those strong to severe wind gusts. This is moving northeast, 30 miles per hour. Put a track on it for you guys. So if it holds together, it'll be pushing into parts of Dearborn County, so we're getting closer to Friendship, in Aurora within the next 30 to 45 minutes. Lawrenceburg, you still got like an hour of this all holds together. So not exactly racing by. So these showers and thunderstorms still producing a good amount of rain. I'm very interested to see how these rainfall totals end up once everything is said and done. Okay, so that's severe thunderstorm warning number 1 in effect right now at 5:48 this Saturday evening. We've got number 2 not too far up the road. You see right here, I brought you up towards Union and Butler counties. This one is going to be in effect until 6:15. This is the one that I was mentioning a little bit earlier about the timing with 6:15. The same sort of deal. This is moving about northeast, about 30 miles per hour. So this is moving away from the tri-state is good news, but maybe not so good news if you have friends or family up in Eaton and Preble County, just outside of our viewing area, by getting closer to Dayton at this point. So once again, wind speeds, radar indicated 60 miles per hour and a decent amount of rain. So Richmond, that's just north of the viewing area. Again, this is really not going to impact us locally too much longer, but once again, we want to do our due diligence and let you know that this is still in effect for parts of Union and Butler counties for the next 25 minutes or so. I want to show you the bigger picture one more time, take you right back to that zoomed out look, because some of us may have dodged the rain chances so far altogether, but we're not done. We still have those showers and storms pushing in from the south and the west. And you can see these have just produced a good amount of lightning. Like zooming out, I want to put a count on this actually, because while we talk so much about the wind threat, how heavy these rains have been, it's also been very active in the lightning department. So over 600 strikes of lightning is what you see here on the radar image. Most of that happening from that line of showers and storms that you see pushing through right along the Indiana-Ohio state border in Union, Butler, Franklin, even western Hamilton County, where we're going to have some showers and thunderstorms here in Cincinnati very shortly. And then notice how it curves down towards Ripley County. This line of showers and thunderstorms is right along the outflow boundary of some previous thunderstorms. So what we're going to be watching is, yeah, they're pretty intense right now, but they have intensified. They'll peak at intensity and then they will lose steam. We'll let you know if that is not the case, but this is what I see. when talking about outflow boundaries. So once again, a lot of lightning being produced with this main line that has produced not one but two severe thunderstorm warnings in the last few minutes, which the first one down in Ripley County, southern Ripley County, that's in effect till 6. And then you've got Union in the very northwestern tip of Butler County, and that's in effect until 6:15 tonight. Okay. One more time, talking about what the radar looks like right now, getting you prepared for the next few hours. Because once again, even if you're not under the severe thunderstorm warnings or haven't been in one quite yet today, you still, one, could get under one. Two, gusty winds, even outside of these severe thunderstorm warnings, can pack a punch, right? Same thing with the heavy downpours. I want to take you to what things look like right now here in Cincinnati, looking north and west. A very eerie look out there, but you can kind of see the sun rays peeking right over Great American Ballpark. It almost needs like a choir of angels singing, because it's just, it kind of looks angelic right now, but of course, you're only able to get this look to Cincinnati with the darkened clouds behind it. And that, my friends, is what we've been talking about here on our satellite and radar image. That line of thunderstorms starting to approach into western Hamilton County. All right, let's see if we have any. Before I get to the questions, I want to show you some examples of storm damage that we've seen across the tri-state. So what you're going to see here, this is some damage being sent to us or showed to us by our partners with the Miami Township Police Department, and they've actually closed the road here. I'm going to get more information for you guys about this one as you look here. I believe this road is closed. It's closer to Miami Hill. It's Branch Hill, Miamiville Road near Decade Road. It's closed until further notice. This was closed about 43 minutes ago. That's when the post was made. This is due to their, this is on their Facebook page, I should clarify. And that's not the only videos and photos that we've had coming into our inbox today, because we had an additional severe thunderstorm warning pushing through parts of the Cincinnati metro area. I actually had to break into the Euro a little bit earlier and give everyone that first alert that direction. Parts of Blue Ash, parts of northeastern Hamilton County, northwestern Claremont, parts of Warren and Butler counties, and generally like right in the middle of the 275 loop is where we had a pretty strong thunderstorm moving on through. So I do want to show you what some video, or what a video from that looked like, which is, you guessed it, wind damage being reported there. If I can get this into our software to show you guys. It looked like a healthy tree from what I can tell. Of course, I can only tell so much from right here in Queensgate, but let me know if you have any of your own photos and videos. I would love to see them. Here's that video that I was talking about. So this, once again, was taken earlier today, probably closer to about 3:45 or 4 when we had that first severe thunderstorm warning in effect. So once again, that you saw there just a second ago was a pretty healthy tree down there. I don't know what it looks like right now in Wyoming, but I know there's a decent amount of power outages in Cincinnati or the greater Cincinnati area as well, and I assume it's because of what you see here, damage to trees and power lines. That's why you want to take these severe thunderstorm warnings very seriously. Once again, this was earlier today. This was a little bit closer to 4 o'clock this afternoon. Very healthy trees. Glad with it. I can't tell if there's power lines on the ground. I can't pinpoint that at this point in time. That was earlier. So that was that round 1 that we were talking about. That prompted 1 severe thunderstorm warning, and what we're looking at right now are 2 with round 2. So I'm going to show you a little bit more of those photos and videos as they come into our inbox, of course. Let's zoom in on where those active showers and storms are right now. And you get it, there's lightning with these. I have to turn off lightning tracker because otherwise that's just a lot to look at, and I get that. So here is where we have showers and thunderstorms pushing through Hamilton County. Again, these aren't severe thunderstorm warned, but they could be because of those strong wind gusts. These are moving northeast about 30 miles per hour. I'm going to put a track on it because even if you're not under a warning, you do want to stay weather aware with this. So east-northeast about 30 miles an hour. So Lawrenceburg going to be on top of you very shortly from that bottom edge of the storm. Cold rain getting in closer to the northern 275 loop. That's going to be in the next 15 minutes or so. Getting into Butler County closer to 6:30, and that's if this holds together. And eastern Hamilton County will have to wait until closer to 7. Again, these are slow movers. Showers and thunderstorms are very slow moving this afternoon. And so as a result, we're getting a good amount of rain seemingly over a long period of time. So that's why flooding is still a pretty good concern of ours moving into the overnight hours. And we have a new severe thunderstorm warning coming in right now. I'll give you that information as I bring you right back to southeastern Indiana. So this is, and it looks like it's an extension in area and in time of the one severe thunderstorm warning that we had in Ripley County. So that includes parts of Ohio, Switzerland, and Dearborn counties. I got to get rid of lightning tracker to give you an idea. And we'll go ahead, and this is going to be in effect until 6:30 tonight. Dearborn, Ohio, Ripley, and Switzerland counties for the same thing. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, radar indicated, so you can expect damage to trees and power lines. That includes areas such as Dillsboro, Rising Sun, the very western side of Rising Sun, Moores Hill, Versailles, areas south and east of Versailles, and not quite getting into Hamilton County, but of course inching closer and closer to the Cincinnati metro area. These are moving east, northeast at about 30 miles an hour. I'll put a track on it for you guys. Again, this is a new severe thunderstorm warning coming in just minutes ago, live here on the air. Good cluster of these thunderstorms moving on through. So east-northeast, if this holds together, gets just eclipse the northern Cincinnati metro area. It will hit Lawrenceburg around 6:13, Aurora shortly thereafter. Getting into Green Township, that's in Hamilton County, closer to 6:40, and Sycamore, kind of on the edge of Hamilton and Warren counties, around 7:13 this afternoon. A new severe thunderstorm warning that makes for 4 of the night, and it looks like it's only number 2 for right now because that severe thunderstorm warning that was up in Union counties, Union and Butler counties, they're trimming it off north and east away from us. So that's good news if you're in Union or Butler counties, no longer under a severe thunderstorm warning at this time. The only active ones that we have are across the Ohio, from northern Kentucky into southeastern Indiana. We got 2, 1 of what's left of the Ripley County one, which that'll expire in 2 minutes. And we have this new one that's in effect for parts of Dearborn, Ohio, Switzerland, and southern Ripley counties. That's going to be for the next 30 minutes or so. Again, these 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, we had a warning here closer to Cincinnati that was very similar to what we're seeing right here. And I'll remind you of what that produced here in Cincinnati with this viewer-submitted video. Down. Thankfully, people are quick to act upon this, and the roads are still being reported closed, not just in Wyoming, Ohio, where this photo was taken, but also in Miami Township, where we have had this photo posted, shared by the Miami Township Police Department. That, my friends, that photo that you see right there is Branch Hill, Miamiville Road near Decade Road. That was posted about 50 minutes ago by the Miami Township Police Department. The post says that this road will be closed until further notice. No word on what things look like in Wyoming right now. This is just an example of what things looked like earlier, right after those showers and storms pushed through. And that is why we want to take these severe thunderstorm warnings seriously, because they can do a good amount of damage pretty quickly. There have been reports of not just trees downed, but downed trees on houses, on power lines. Let's go ahead and check together what the outage map looks like, the Duke Energy outage map, which I have for you right here at the ready. And it looks like we got about 4,000, maybe 5,000 without power in the greater Cincinnati area. The most affected areas, to no surprise, are on the northern side of the 275 loop, kind of closer to Wyoming where you had that, I just showed you that video. And we also have plenty of reports of power outages closer to, where is this? It's all blurry on my end, I apologize. So this looks like it's along Montgomery Road heading north towards Warren County from the Kenwood area. So good amount of power outages, not just within here, but also east towards Sims Township. So closer to Loveland, we got about 1,000 people without power near Miamiville. So the Ward's Corner exit off of 275, you might notice a few of those lights being out that direction. And other areas taking you closer to Hamilton County, again, Wyoming and areas like Lockland. I've heard of the power flickering out that direction thanks to you guys and your viewer submitted reports. And then, of course, you just have speckles of power outages in the more rural areas as well. So that's how things are looking like across the Duke Energy outage map. Once again, we only have one severe thunderstorm warning here in the tri-state area right now. But again, wind gusts, even outside of these severe thunderstorm warnings, are still producing a good amount of damage. I want to see if our wind gust map is actually picking up on this, because usually with these downbursts, you actually see it right there. The sensors don't pick it up because the sensors aren't getting hit by these showers and thunderstorms, or at least not hit directly. But you see the yellow there? You see the yellow right there? That's that line of showers and thunderstorms moving on through. So that's 30 to 35 mile per hour wind gusts. Again, those aren't warned at this point in time. The only warning that we have is in effect for parts of Dearborn, Ohio, Switzerland, Ripley counties until 6:30. Got 28 minutes until those are allowed to expire. But even outside of the storm chances, we're still nice and muggy. Some of us haven't received much rain at all. I'm taking you around town to give you an idea of what things look like closer to Cincinnati, because we've been fairly lucky. I drove in to a couple of raindrops on my windshield, and that has been it here in Cincinnati. Whereas, I mean, look at that rain shaft up at Turfway Park. You can see off in the distance just how heavy that rain is. This Turfway, this is the camera that's looking south and west towards those severe those severe warned thunderstorms, I should say. So pretty interesting look out there to each of the cameras. Here's a closer look at Turfway. Yeah, the rain shaft, the darker hue, the darker blue coming in from the clouds. That's a heavy amount of rain being reported out that direction. Where we haven't gotten the rain, it's worth mentioning, it's still very mild, still very muggy, and you kind of wish it were raining. It's 89 at Cincinnati, and feels closer to the middle to lower 90s once you factor in that humidity. So that's just a visual of what things are looking like from a dry spot looking towards maybe a wet spot. But of course, if you have any photos of what the weather's looking like towards your neck of the woods, please send them our way, fox19.com/pics. I'll actually leave it in the Facebook comments because I would love to have some photos coming in live here so I could show them off. Okay, I'm gonna pin it. Okay, I just pinned that link to where you can send me all of your photos and videos, and we can hopefully show people what they look like. Look at this image below me, the Newport on the Levee cam. She is glowing. Cincinnati, you're in for a treat, a stormy little treat here shortly. But right now, I mean, take a picture of that. That's a great postcard. And looks like, did the Reds just get a home run? Is that smoke? I wish I could be watching the Reds game right now. Anyways, back to the weather, Erin. Focus. We got weather going on. You can see just the light peeking through the clouds, and then you have the darker clouds right behind it. Again, those are those showers and thunderstorms that are pushing through parts of northwestern Hamilton County right now. These are moving east about 30 miles per hour. These are not warned quite yet. They could be warned, and I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on it over the next few hours here. So, and don't mind me, I'm looking at some radar images in the palm of my hand just because it's a little easier, and I like this radar a little bit more for certain details. So the only warnings we have in effect, the only warning we have in effect is for, once again, if you're just tuning in with us, that is for parts of Dearborn, Ripley, Ohio, and Switzerland counties. Get rid of her lightning tracker because she can be a lot sometimes. This is for winds around 60 miles per hour, which can do a lot of damage. I've been showing viewer submitted photos since we got started about 20 minutes ago. trees being down and taking with it some power lines as well. So this is your severe thunderstorm warning. It's in effect for the next 25 minutes for Dearborn, Ohio, Ripley, and Switzerland counties until 6:30. Once again, wind speeds 60 miles per hour. So for Versailles in south, Lawrenceburg, not in Lawrenceburg, but close to Lawrenceburg. And then if you're in Rising Sun or the western side of Rising Sun, you're within this warning as well. So putting this back on a loop, and I want to put a track on it one more time before we start talking a little bit more about what the rest of your weekend looks like. Because thankfully, Sunday, the chance for rain, we mentioned this last night on 19 at 7:15. It's just lost a lot of its oomph, if you will. It's good. It's good news. Even if the forecast doesn't go as planned, that means if it means that your plans are looking a little bit drier, I'm happy with that. Again, these showers and thunderstorms moving east-northeast about 30 miles per hour. So Lawrenceburg, you've got about 15 minutes. Rising Sun, you've got about 30 minutes. Burlington getting closer to parts of the greater Cincinnati metro. That's 6:45-ish. Cincinnati itself, closer to 7, and then Anderson getting closer to the eastern side of Hamilton County around 7:30. So 30 miles per hour. If you think about that, if you're driving on the highway about 30 miles per hour, think about how slow that is. So heavy rainfall rates over a long period of time. I'm going to see what these rainfall rates look like, because I wouldn't be surprised if they were notable in some parts of the tri-state, others maybe not so much. Of course, what I'm about to show you are rainfall estimates based off of radar imagery. So these don't necessarily do a great job of exact numbers, but rather the trends. So taking you out to where we had some heavier showers and thunderstorms earlier today, which, yes, parts of Brown and Adams County got over 2 inches of rain. Dearborn counties, we had about an inch over the last few minutes or so. Ripley County, we've been seeing a lot of rain for you guys, over an inch that direction. Warren County up towards Wilmington area, over an inch of rain as well. And I'm zooming you into Cincinnati to give you an idea. Hamilton County and 275, you guys are lucky. You haven't gotten much rain yet. Emphasis on the word yet, because again, radar is still very active and it will be for the next few hours. Thankfully, the timing for anything strong to severe will quickly come to an end closer to that sunset. The showers and storms will linger a little bit longer, but at least our severe window will end as soon as the sun sets, and there's just a little bit less heat for these storms to work with. All right, Cincinnati. Where are these showers and storms? You might be wondering. They're not too far away, and taking a look here once again at our Newport on the Levee cam, I mean, it's a beautiful image out there. Those lower lying clouds giving it a very eerie look. If you're sitting at GABP, I don't know why you'd be watching me, but in case you are and you're looking northwest, those are moving northeast. So they're kind of moving away from you. You might get the bottom edge of some showers and thunderstorms, but your showers and thunderstorms, Cincinnati, downtown Cincinnati, I'm going to show you where I think your next batch of showers and storms are going to be, because if you think about it, what you see down here in Newport on the Levee, if it's moving northeast, it's moving away from Cincinnati. But, of course, I'll show you. So that's the direction that cloud is moving. Notice it's away from Cincinnati. But then we also have this that we'll be watching for Cincinnati within the next few hours. So even though Cincinnati, I don't think you're going to be getting hit by this cloud that you see here on your screen. You might get hit by some showers on the south side of it. You could very well still get some showers and thunderstorms with that second line, or that second cluster, if you will, of thunderstorms, which are actually producing severe wind gusts up towards Dearborn. You got Ripley, you got Switzerland and Ohio. Again, this could very well be impacting Cincinnati, the Covington area over the next few hours. And I know TQL has the game tonight, and I know we're all hoping for the best, and hopefully these showers and storms lose its strength before it gets any stronger, because of course it's easier to manage showers rather than severe thunderstorms. So I want to put a time on this one last time before we start to get into your weekend forecast. I'm going to do it for the severe thunderstorm down here, moving east-northeast, about 30 miles per hour. So we're forecasting arrival time in Lawrenceburg within the next 10 minutes. It crosses into Hamilton County, into parts of the greater Cincinnati area between 7 and 7:15, and then out towards Anderson, so the eastern side of Hamilton County, around 7:30. Again, that's that one and only severe thunderstorm warning that we have in effect for our viewing area as of right now, but of course we've had 3 others issued today alone, and we might not be done. So I'll be keeping a very close eye on it for you guys. But for now, we'll go ahead and we'll step away from the active weather, and I want to talk a little bit more about the bigger picture, which tomorrow is bringing in yet another chance for showers and thunderstorms. But it's not as impressive of what we've been tracking today. And before I get any further, I'm going to switch this graphic below because I know some people are going to want to have that radar image just constantly running, so you have an idea of where those showers and thunderstorms are pushing in from right now. And it also is a good reference for me too, because you can obviously see where new thunderstorm warnings or severe thunderstorm warnings are being issued live. We can find out together. How fun. Okay, so now that that's fixed, a reminder that this radar down below is active radar. It shows, I took lightning tracker off, so it shows where the heaviest rain is and where those severe thunderstorm warnings are and will be. And then out here to the right are the graphics that I'm controlling for the rest of the live stream. So tomorrow it's less active as what we're seeing here on satellite and radar. The good news, it's still going to be quite mild and muggy, and there are still some storms in this forecast. It's just the coverage is not as widespread as what we've been previously forecasting is the good news. So 87 feels closer to the low 90s once again for any of those afternoon and evening plans. I'm going to time out tomorrow before I get any further into your week ahead, because your week ahead is a little bit different, but it's not that much different. So I want to show you your rain on the roof forecast and give you that idea of how it looks like beyond Sunday. Because, I mean, look, we dropped Sunday even more, or I dropped Sunday even more from a scattered chance to a widely scattered chance. So it's certainly not as much coverage in what we're seeing right now tonight. And then Monday, there is a chance for some of those lingering showers and thunderstorms around this cold front that's going to be around the tri-state. So outside of the chance for showers and storms, because that front is getting closer and closer, those breezes will be a little bit more noticeable. Nothing extreme, but definitely noticeable if you're stepping outside. Tuesday, perhaps our driest day. It's still an isolated chance because it's going to be hot and humid before we know it again. And then Wednesday, Thursday, I've got some new info about Wednesday and Thursday in specific. Because it's going to be hot, it's going to be humid, these showers and storms could pack a punch. There's a lot to unfold in this rain on the roof forecast, and I'm going to time out your Sunday, the rest of today, as well as your Sunday before we get into that 7-day forecast. So as we see the late evening approach, so here's 8 o'clock. I know it's pretty intense here looking on our first alert forecast model. The humidity can allow these showers and storms to withstand a lot of area. It can travel a long ways, and that's what we've been seeing with these showers and thunderstorms arriving in parts of southeastern Indiana and inevitably the Cincinnati metro area within the next 45 minutes to an hour. Here's 9, here's 10. Notice from about 9 to 10 as the sun sets, the intensity is kind of zapped a little bit, and then most certainly by 11, closer to midnight, those showers and storms will come to a complete end. Maybe a few left over, but nothing too painful to get through. So here's Sunday. Here's this spotty chance that we're tracking for Sunday. Here's 7 o'clock in the morning. Most of us are entirely dry. Get you into 8, still dry. How about 9? Still dry. In fact, it's mostly sunny, so again, those temperatures are going to be quick to rebound, close to 90 degrees by the afternoon. 10, here's 11, 12, and beyond this, let's get you into when those showers and storms start to pop up a little bit. That's closer to about 3, maybe 4 o'clock as those clouds start to come a little bit closer from the south and west. Here's what we're seeing for your Sunday afternoon. So again, spotty where we do see them. I'm not too concerned about severe thunderstorms from what I'm looking at right now, especially compared to today. I don't think tomorrow is going to be anything like today. Here's closer to 6, 7. Notice these loose steam as they approach and cross into the tri-state. Here's 8 and 9, 10, 11. You guys get the point. As soon as these showers and storms get close to the tri-state, they lose a lot of power very quickly. It doesn't mean we're dry. It just means we're not expecting anything strong or severe, and it's looking less exciting for those of us that were looking forward to perhaps a more rainy Sunday ahead. It's good for the afternoon and evening plans because most of us will remain entirely dry until the evening, but it's still possible. Just keep that in mind. It's a disclaimer, right? Again, your Monday, let's talk about your Monday a little bit. I don't believe this model goes out far enough for me to talk about your Monday, but let me select a different one to show you guys. Your Monday, it's looking a little different. It's not anything too crazy, but for an example, I brought you to Monday morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, and now these showers and storms could very well have a few left over, a few extra juice coming in on your Monday morning commute. But of course, spotty chances still looking likely into the early afternoon, and maybe a little bit more on the strong side as far as heavy rainfall rates go south and east of Cincinnati. I think most of us will dodge the rain chances there on Monday, but new information does suggest that Monday is looking a little bit more rainy compared to what we've been previously forecasting. So once again, both Sunday and Monday have about a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Pretty low impact showers and thunderstorms, but of course still possible. And then Tuesday looks better before those midweek showers and storms arrive, which once again, that's going to be, you'll see it here in your 7-day forecast. We're going to be watching those pretty carefully because while there's no severe risk this far out, I am seeing some pretty decent numbers coming on in for those couple of days as far as severe weather goes. So it's right in the roller coaster with these temperatures. They go from near average to above average, back to near average, and they kind of just fluctuate between 86 and 90 over the next 7 days. Walking you through it here, a few spotty storms seen in your Sunday afternoon forecast. 87 feels closer to the low 90s. Monday, a chance for spotty storms. A chance for spotty storms. Not everyone's going to get it. I think most of us remain entirely dry Monday and Tuesday until Wednesday comes in with scattered storm chances, and with it something that could be a little bit more on the strong or severe side. Now with a frontal passage late in the week, depending on the timing, Thursday evening I'm going to be keeping a pretty close eye on for anything severe. So wind gusts, hail, kind of like what we're seeing right now, but if we actually get the front to fully pass on through, that will just amplify the risk. So keep Thursday in mind, keep checking back with us. We'll refine that forecast as we get a little bit closer. But for right now, let's go ahead and return back to the now, which is a little bit of a severe situation happening down towards parts of southeastern Indiana. So one warning, just one, but we do have some showers and thunderstorms getting pretty close to the Cincinnati metro area right now. I'm turning lightning tracker back off, but it is, just know that lightning is being produced here, and a heavy amount of rain starting to approach Lawrenceburg. And these are moving very slowly, so anyone that does get rain today, you're likely going to be getting a decent amount of it as well. So active radars below me. The radar that I'm controlling, which is also active, is to the right. A one and only that is issued for the tri-state as of right now at 6:19. That's still going to be for Dearborn, Ohio, Ripley, Switzerland counties until 6:30. So you got about 11 minutes until this warning is allowed to expire. See if we have anything coming into our inbox from our partners at the National Weather Service. And they're just they're issuing severe thunderstorm warnings north towards Dayton, away from us is good. That's where the greater severe threat has been before they decided to extend the risk farther south to include us. They did that earlier today. Most certainly warranted from what we've been seeing over the last few hours here in Cincinnati. Notice those clusters of thunderstorms starting to pop up a little bit ahead of the initial line. So Blue Ash, you're about to get hit by some showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder, nothing severe quite yet. Green Township, right on top of you. While I'm here, I'll show you what Newport on the Levee looks like, because I'm sure it's got a very interesting look to it right now with these clouds starting to roll in. Yeah, very interesting look. We record time lapses on each one of our cameras around town, so I'm very interested to see how things look. And you'll have to come and watch Fox 19 at 10 o'clock. I think we're starting late tonight, but tune in tonight. We'll post these, or I'll show these time lapses. People are on their boats right now. I mean, I would be too if I didn't know it was about to storm here in Cincinnati, and it was still hot and humid. So, hey, enjoy it while you can, boaters. If you're listening, they're not listening. It's okay. Let's take you to some other cameras around town, showing you what things look like. See if Turfway looks a little bit different coming in right now, because earlier it was showing that rain shaft. It's not really showing that anymore. Look at that cloud starting to overcast our Fairmount Tower cam. Mount Auburn, just off the west side of Mount Auburn. We're kind of all looking at the same clouds here, except for the Turfway one. That one is being, that one's a different storm a little bit farther away from us here in Cincinnati. But yeah, very interesting look, not just with our cameras, but also here to our radar image, because while some of us are getting those showers and thunderstorms, others, Claremont County, Warren County, Bracken, Pendleton, Campbell, you guys are cooking. I want to take a look at those temps. Since I'm here, since I have everyone here, those temperatures, I mean, they're probably all over the place right now because of the showers pushing through. And they are, I'm right. Lunken Airport's at 89, same with CVG, and that's where we haven't had much rain at all, really. But hey, Harrison is at 72 right now. Richmond also is 72, and where we've seen the rain slowly come to a stop, out towards Batesville, it's 82 once again. So a nice array from the low 70s all the way up near 90-degree highs. Right now it's 6:22 this evening. Okay, I know I've done a lot of yapping, and you can kind of hear it in my voice. I'm going to stay on here for the next 8 minutes to allow this warning to expire, or see if they're going to extend it a little bit, because of course if they extend it, that would include parts of the Cincinnati metro area, and I want to be able to let you guys know about that. So I'm going to see if we have any questions coming on into our inbox here, and not seeing any questions as much as I am seeing storm reports, which I really do appreciate you guys getting those to me. I'm going to take some time behind the scenes to look, see if we have any viewer submitted photos coming on in. Usually our digital team is very good and very kind about getting those to me throughout these live streams, but I haven't gotten anything from them, which is perfectly okay. Let me know if you guys see anything out your direction. Of course, the only things that I've been able to see are some downed trees here in the Cincinnati area, plus some downed trees in northern Claremont County. Let's go ahead and take some time. I know we talked about the severe thunderstorm warnings, and while they are important, so is the flood warnings or watches that we have across the area, which there are some that I'm seeing behind the scenes that I want to show what, I of course want to show what they look like. Let me find the graphic real quickly for you guys. All right, here it is. Because it looks like we have some flood advisories in parts of Ripley and Dearborn counties, and that makes sense. That's where we've had several inches of rain being reported down that direction. So that's going to be in effect for a good amount of time, I'm assuming, just because the impacts of flooding go well beyond the immediate rainfall. Of course, you have everything coming downstream. So yeah, this is in effect until 8 o'clock this evening. It's a pretty lengthy amount of time, another hour and a half before that's allowed to expire. So expect minor flooding in low-lying and poor drainage areas. And that's where we've seen 1 to 1.5 inches of rain already, and we might see another inch of rain out towards Dearborn and Ripley counties. So something to keep in mind if you are within that area and you live especially in a flood prone zone. Say that 5 times really quickly. Just keep that in the back of your mind. All right, so these showers and thunderstorms that we have pushing through, if you are out towards Hillsborough, Adams, parts of Lewis counties, we've seen a good cluster of thunderstorms kind of come together. This is mainly towards Vanceburg, south of the Ohio River, but you'll notice some of those rain showers stretching as far north as Highland County. And then if you're tuning in from Wilmington, you still got like another hour before you even have the chance of some showers popping up in your area. And that's with this line of thunderstorms, this main line that I've been tracking since I hopped on here closer to 5:45, which it looks like these are kind of falling apart a little bit is the good news. And these showers and thunderstorms, we can expect them to lose their steam. They're not going to fall apart entirely, but at least they're coming to a point where they're dismembering and they're becoming a little bit more isolated. Still watching for heavy downpours and still watching for those gusty winds as well. So this one warning will expire in the next 5 minutes. In effect, once again, I mean, honestly, Ripley County, it looks like you guys are coming to the end of that warning sooner. Dearborn counties, if you live in the very northwestern tip of Switzerland County, you guys are looking better. Ohio and Dearborn counties, you guys are still underneath of that severe thunderstorm. Cincinnati, it is coming a lot closer to the metro area. Put a time on this for you guys. Northeast, or east-northeast, excuse me, about 30 miles per hour. So Lawrenceburg, I mean, it's right on top of you. Coleraine, so northern Cincinnati. This main thunderstorm that I've been keeping my eyes on, once previously severe thunderstorm warned. 6:57 arrival time for you guys, and then here in Cincinnati closer to 7:08. We do have one little thunderstorm ahead of that much bigger thunderstorm that's getting a little bit closer to Cincinnati, but once again, these are moving east-northeast, so this could barely clip Cincinnati. At least the southern side of this thunderstorm looks like it's going to clip the northern part of Cincinnati. As far as more impactful rain goes, that's why we're tracking that bigger thunderstorm crossing through Ohio and Dearborn counties right now, because that'll have a more lasting impact on your Saturday evening plans here in Cincinnati as well. Zooming back out, giving you the bigger picture, it looks like, I mean, look at this, a very interesting thing that's happening in northern Hamilton County, in which we've seen that line kind of what happens with these downbursts, and this is a great example of what's happening with these downbursts, is that there's a lot going on, and what happens, the winds take all the moisture and they go whoosh, kind of like that. And you see that because that initial line, it kind of clusters and fizzles away. And you see that thunderstorm quickly moving from southwest Hamilton near Mason in what appears to be 5 minutes. And yeah, that's how quick these things can happen, and that's how quick those downbursts can have some significant impacts. And so that's why those severe thunderstorm warnings are absolutely warranted, not just from the one we're seeing right now, but for the ones that we saw earlier today in parts of Clinton. We had parts of, it wasn't Clinton, it was Warren, Hamilton, Claremont, and Hamilton counties. And then we had one earlier in northwestern Butler, Union, Franklin, Fayette counties. We had one just in Ripley, and then we had this second one towards Ripley. And that is our only one. This one looks like it's going to be allowed to expire over the next couple of minutes. And at that point, I will hop off of here. But of course, if anything pops up again, I will get back on here and talk more about what we're seeing on our satellite and radar image to get you through these stronger thunderstorms. So Warren County, you guys will be getting those showers and okay, so new information. And this looks like a flash flood warning, so guys, listen up. You'll want to take this very seriously if you live in Dearborn County. This is a flash flood warning issued for parts of Dearborn County until 8:30 tonight, and that's because that severe thunderstorm that we are seeing right now has produced, radar indicates, 1.5 to 2 inches of rain, and they're expecting another 1 to 1.5 inches within the next hour alone. So flash flooding, guys, Take this very seriously. Turn around, don't drown. This is in effect for Dearborn County until tonight at 8:30. You got 2 hours until this one is allowed to expire. So if you live in the areas such as Harrison, if you live within Lawrenceburg, you're underneath this flash flood warning. Greendale, we also have Aurora. Dillsboro, also underneath that flash flood warning, which was just issued moments ago here on our live stream. And as soon as we talk about this new warning, the old one, severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Indiana, has been allowed to expire. Now that it is 6:30, no severe thunderstorm warnings in effect, but we have this one flash flood warning in effect for Dearborn County until 8:30 tonight. Once again, this is because nearly 2 inches of rain has already fallen, and they're forecasting another inch to 1.5 inches possible within the next hour. So flash flooding is either ongoing or it is expected to begin shortly. Take this very seriously. That's the green that you see here. Let me take off radar for you guys. That green, if you live within that green, seek higher ground, especially if you live in a flood-prone zone, because this flash flood warning is for nearly 4 inches of rain all at once. And you got to consider that parts of Dearborn County, they are not only in low-lying areas, but also they're downstream of where we've already seen a lot of rain. So this flash flood warning, take it very seriously. It's caused by these thunderstorms, and remember, don't turn around, don't drown, especially when you're encountering these flooded roads. You can't see how deep that water is. All it takes is just a couple of inches for some hydroplaning to happen, and you can easily be swept away by these flowing waters. So again, this is Dearborn County, flash flood warning in effect for the next 2 hours for heavy rain being reported that direction. All right, it's 6:31. We have no severe thunderstorm warnings here in the tri-state, just that flash flood warning that we're gonna hopefully get some more information on eyes on the ground truth, see what you guys, our viewers, are seeing out that direction. And I also, this cluster of thunderstorms that have prompted this flash flood warning, it's getting closer to Cincinnati, guys, and it's while it has lost a little bit of steam since getting closer to Hamilton County, it's likely still going to arrive here in Cincinnati and bring a lot of rain with it as well. So I would plan for localized flooding. If you are getting impacted by any of these showers and thunderstorms, you're of course you already know that because you're already seeing the impacts of it. But Cincinnati, where we've remained pretty lucky so far today, we've got this thunderstorm getting closer and closer that will just really produce a good amount of rain in over an hour or two. So something we'll keep an eye on. We'll let you know if there's any additional warnings. Have that Fox 19 First Alert Weather app at the ready. I am watching this like a hawk, as it is my job, but also to help keep you guys safe here in Cincinnati and the greater Cincinnati area as well right now. The only warning is a flash flood warning in Dearborn County until 8:30 tonight. All right, it is 6:33. I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here, give myself a little bit of a break just in case anything else turns severe tonight, which of course we're coming to the end. We're getting closer to that sun getting closer to the horizon. So we're coming off of our peak severe window, but it's not to say it's impossible to get those showers and thunderstorms rebounding near severe limits once again. So Cincinnati, you can expect those showers and thunderstorms very, very shortly. If you're not already seeing them outside right now, they are at our doorstep. We'll let you know if anything severe thunderstorm warning or anything like that is issued. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and sign off of here. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys staying weather aware this Saturday evening. Hopefully things are remaining nice and safe, and you're remaining nice and safe. Make sure you help each other out, especially if you're in Dearborn County, where we have that one flash flood warning.